Thank you for joining me today for the counting down of the top 10 sand levels in video games. Sand levels is different than desert levels. Desert levels is different than sand levels. Sand levels is just sand. This is a fighting game. The background is, and it's also not just sand dunes, even though those are very nice dunes. We're not talking about the sand dunes, it's overall being a sand level. And once again, I know some people have difficulty saying that a fighting game has levels, or they call them stages, but stages is levels in this list. Speaking of sand, here's the sand level from one of the Final Fantasy games, Final Fantasy V. There's even sand bears, letting you know that it's a sand level, not just desert. This next one is, I know what you're probably saying, because this is volleyball, they're playing on the beach. It's beach volleyball. You're saying it's a beach level. No, because it's sand. You're playing beach volleyball in the sand. You don't have to play on the beach. We're not talking about the beach. We're talking about the sand level stage, and it's a very good one. Speaking of even better ones, Sonic and Knuckles Sandopolis Zone. If this was a true desert zone, it'd be called Desertopolis Zone, and if it was an Egyptian pyramid zone, it'd be called Egyptian Zone, and if it was about rock golems, it'd be called Golem Zone, etc., and so on and so forth. But because it's called Sandopolis, that lets you know it means it's a sand level. Here's a RPG sand level from Oakage Shadow Kings, and it's from, they even have like Taj Maori heads, or there's just kind of statues that look like Easter Island heads. Sand level. Going from one RPG sand level to another RPG sand level with, ding ding, you guessed it, Final Fantasy X, which means Final Fantasy X, FFX. And there's so much sand. Yes, it is a desert, but it's not a desert level. In theory, there's also the Cactuar Village. We're not talking about that. Talk about the sand in the desert. Just like in Star Wars, Sand Planet, where all of the Ewoks live. On the sand planet of Hoth. In Star Wars, a lot of different Super Nintendo games for the Star Wars. Sand levels. See, top down, a lot of sand. In this, and look at that guy. Dune. Battle for Arrakis. Dune's all about sand. You can't tell me these aren't sand levels. And Dune 2. Battle for Arrakis. So these cool, like, top-down battling games, like real-time strategy games, like Command and Conquer type games. Dune. Battle for Arrakis. Sand levels everywhere. Just sand. And I know what you're thinking. This is Desert Storm, but there's nothing else but sand. Yes, there's army men and army tanks and maybe little patches of grass, but it's also mostly just sand in Desert Commander. Look, there's a tank in what? All sand. It's all sand levels. That's the main map from Desert Commander. And this might be another technicality. You're probably saying that's a beach level. But it's a sand level. Once again, because it's mostly sand it's from these games. Mario Luigi Superstar Sandy Saga.